Okay, I hate it when the light is like that and I can't see a damn thing. Hello, Lotus. So this is one of the seasonal championships for the new playlist season. When you get a new lot of things to do every week, it feels like you're really ripping through it. There's always something to do in this game. It doesn't help that I've been trying to achieve things that aren't just the regular playlist schedule as well. So we've got 3 races to do using an A800 Lotus. Thankfully, I already had this Lotus tuned up and painted up. It's in a custom paint job that I put together and shared, and it's actually had a lot of downloads and likes and stuff, which is great, because that's really helped towards my accolades about such things. We'll show it off more after we're finished. Hopefully you'll get to see it in the victory screen. First we've got to get through this and hunt down these guys. Oh, that went way too wide. Yeah. I think I originally put this tuning together for dirt race, so I'm not sure it's that great for street racing. I think it's expecting to be on loose surfaces more. But either way, we just managed to do that section better, it seems. It caught right up really quickly. I mean, I am only on... yeah, then there it all goes. I am only on highly skilled difficulty for the AI, and that's why, because I am also barely highly skilled. I'm more highly lucky and adequately talented. And there we go, lose it again. 67% through the race. Hopefully we can catch up again. I think there's another bit of a twisty section, so I don't think that the long straights are the best for me. I could be wrong. In fact, I think I'm wrong. Looking at how I'm hauling this guy in, I must have tuned this with more the idea of top speed, I suspect. Maybe that's the problem. Because normally a Lotus is more for, like, agile cornering and stuff. I must have had another challenge at some point. Actually, I think it might have been one of the trial things was Lotuses at some point. And I felt that I needed the top speed. And there we have it. First win in the bag. Excellent. Zoom. Finished first. Excellent. That's what we like to see. And here's our paint job, as you can see. If we the outside view. There we go. We've got a 13 on top because that's the lucky number. We've got Lotus branding, we've got wing mirrors, and then we've got a bit of red just as a bit of an accent on the bonnet and the wheels. It's called Lotus Juiced, reference to the Persona singer rapper. It's not all he does, but that's how I came across him. Don't want to do him a disservice and thinking that's all he does. Check it out if you like. I think you can probably apply it to any car, but obviously it is designed specifically for the Exige. Figured rather than just wasting time going through the playlist, which we end up revisiting a fair amount of times in these videos, I'll just jump straight into the racing. At least we're at daytime now, so I could go back inside the car, but bonnet view is fine. Can be a bit dizzying, but you do also get to appreciate the reflections on the bonnet, which is nice. It's a Lotus 11, that's what the sleeker one is. They're nice cars. I'm not sure if I have one. Not sure how to get one. Not sure what you are, though. What I just passed. I was really expecting to just get completely sideswiped there as I was braking for the corner. I was kind of just braking at the same pace as the AI, at least. They seem to inherit a lot of really bad habits from human drivers of just overcooking it on corners sometimes. Finally overcooked it. brought it back. At least there was another corner afterwards for me to go through more cleanly. If you're gonna mess up on any corners, then if you mess up on the first corner of a sequence, sometimes you can pull it back, as long as you can get on a good line for the next one. If being too slow after the first one does at least mean that you can accelerate more for the next one, then you don't lose as much of an advantage. Still better if you do it all cleanly, of course, but you can make it work. Didn't brake enough for that. I've been trying not to over brake, but that's partly because I was doing a lot of stuff with no ABS on. And yeah, there you got to be careful you don't lock them up. You do get credit bonuses if you do things with no ABS or other driver aids. And especially when I'm just trying to farm some skill points, I'll turn those sorts of things off to make it easier to get drift skills and the like. But you got to be careful that doesn't dictate your habits too much. You can just brake super hard when you've got ABS to rely on. That said, still not a great habit to be in. It is kind of useful to just feather it a little bit. You don't want to underdo it either. Okay. And we end up right near the airfield. Speaking of skill point farm, it's a good place for it. Be a variety of things. Ooh, ultimate clean racing. Got a few of those. So even though I've brushed wide on a few corners, I don't think I actually hit too much. So, should have been in the points. Winner! Finished first. Oh, we get a wheel spin. Nice. Must have gone up a level. 50 grand? I'll take it. Still trying to chip our way towards 5 million, but every time we feel like we're making progress, we have to buy an expensive car. Like last season, we had to buy, was it a Lancia Stratos for 500 grand or something? I really wish that it set your GPS to the next event immediately after completing, because if you start anything else, you lose your progress anyway. You're not really allowed to, like, you can free roam, but you can't jump between other championships or anything. So, just set the GPS, please. I'm amazed that they haven't done it yet. I can understand it not being like that in 4, for example. And then that being an improvement they made coming into 5. But the fact that it's not here yet is confusing to me. Do I need to make some improvement submissions? I don't know. I don't even know what the studio does these days, other than just work on the content for this game. But then, even then, it feels like they kind of take a bit of the easy way out, because half of the things for the seasonal playlists seems to be like community generated challenges anyway, so it's like, okay, so you're getting other people to do your job for you, great. And some of them are not great quality. I haven't generally been featuring the community spotlights events in these videos simply because they're often not very good. The last one wasn't too bad that I did, but it was a racetrack that was constructed through like a cityscape area, and it was alright, but some of the road pieces didn't quite fit properly. So there's a few cases where you just knock into something just on a corner, and it wasn't fun. It's a bit frustrating. It was way longer than it needed to be, and then you had to do 2 laps for some reason. So maybe just do it as a sprint instead. I should really concentrate on my driving more. But that's less fun. Ooh, yep. These corners always screw me. I never brake enough. And never turn properly. So we're just going to have to make up for that. Yeah, we're not doing too well on this one. Not sure what factors come into it as well. It is at night, so maybe the temperature is lower. I don't know if that's affecting the tyre grip, all manner of things. I'm not sure how deep the simulation goes. It's usually pretty good, but see, we braked at basically the same point, and yet he got to go through the corner much better than I did. I'm also often very late on the turns. Oh, now I've over-braked for that one. Oh, and the finishing line's just up here. Ooh, oh, I don't need to win this one. Second is fine. Ah, or he could just go way too slowly through that chicane, and then it's fine. So, didn't have to worry. Excellent. And sure enough, we get a 2002 Esprit V8. Very nice. Which I can't remember if I need that now, or for a photo challenge, or whether that was for something else. Okay, that's that. Ah yes, take a photo of. Cool. So, let's do that then. I'll just drive up to my house, actually. Because I do want to change the paint job, maybe. And I happen to own the house up here. See the snow on the mountain. This is technically the winter season now, I believe, which is the dry season. You get a little bit of snow up on the caldera. Lovely sunset too. Alright. Welcome home. Buenas vistas. Esprit. And I didn't have one previously, so that's good. Alright, let's see if we can recreate our other one as closely as possible. It's about that green, I believe. And then we can do like bonnet can be the dark red. Wing mirrors should be gold. Tail should be gold. Same. Alright, now that we've painted it, we can now apply a vinyl to it. So we go roof, and we go apply, load a vinyl group, grab our crest, and pop it down onto the bonnet. We'll scale it down a little bit so that it just fits on there nicely. Do like 80%. And then, wrong one, bring it up so it's kind of in between the two. There we go, 290. Lovely. I like that. Cool. And back. Save to current car. Right, and all we need to do now is take a picture of it. So, which we could have done stock, but I wanted to make it look pretty. So, and someone else's car up the way as well. And there we have it. Photo challenge complete. And we managed to get someone else's skyline in on the deal as well. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not actually going to save a photo anyway, so we don't care that we can't admire our new paint job. But next time we race it, in case we need to at some point. Though then I'd be wanting to tune it as well, of course. So, winter, dry season, we can win an AMG and a Mini. Two very different things. It is a Forza edition Mini at least, so that's good. So then we've got blue and gold. Weekly challenge is based around a Renault Clio Williams, so we'll look to do that at some point later this week. Ferrari Enzo. I remember when that car came out and everyone loved it. That is a very nice car. Yeah, sure. I'm just going to buy that. Why not? It's a hot deal. If I need more Forzathon points, I'll win them. And then the trial, we get in a bath from that. One of the event labs, we actually get the Renault Clio that we need for the weekly challenge, so that's good. This one annoys me because the reward is a Lancia Stratos, which we needed for last week's challenge, and that we had to spend $500,000 on. I think that they didn't plan these very well. Maybe they planned them across the month and then didn't organize them properly by season. Never mind. And then we've got another one, which is just a super wheel spin. And then we've got some more PR events. So we're going to check those out next. Looks like we've got to find some Mercedes to do those in. Then a treasure hunt, where we get to get 100,000 credits from that. So you got to solve a riddle for these. Scorpion badge, it's oh so bold, jump for 1 star to win some gold. So, get a single star in a danger sign within a bath. That one's easy to figure out at least. So let's check out what we need for the PR stunts. What do we got here? So an 800 Mercedes AMG. Mercedes AMGs. We do not own any Mercedes AMG. Do we win one from something? Oh, by getting 20 points. Well, I guess we can do some of these event lab things after all, and we'll see how good they are. Sorry in advance if they're not very good. So it says place first at the end of the championship, but all of these only ever consist of a single race, not 3 races. Alright, so it's got to be S1 of whatever this is, supercars I guess, European supercars. 458 Italia is the one that we needed to buy for the very first season, so we can get a little bit more utility out of this, which is nice. It means that we're not wasting the amount of money we paid for it quite so much. Ah, we are racing against other people. I prefer it when it's just a time trial event. It looks like it might just be a head-to-head, actually. Is it just me versus one other? It is. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how well we do. Probably not very. Okay, never mind. He's over-braking for corners. We've got 2 laps, so we can learn the layout. This is an event lab thing, so this is a track that someone has constructed. And this one is actually looking pretty good so far. It's just a modified street race, essentially. But they've put up barriers. I'm not sure whether or not they already existed. It's presented almost like a cross-country event, because it had like Horizon Baja signs and everything. Ugh, terrible. Now, we are not cornering well. And the AI is actually doing quite well, which is not always a given on these custom tracks. Sometimes the AI gets really confused by the pathing that might be set up. But I imagine it helps that it's predominantly on normal roads, and then they've just added accoutrements in to make it more exciting. That also makes it more confusing for me, because it's not how I expect things to be. So I'm having to constantly look down at my mini-map. We're basically just pacing this guy on the first lap, and we've got to hope that we can get past him better on the second lap at some point. But I've not been doing a very good job so far. So hopefully, and then when I do catch up, or when he does things like that that allow me to catch up, oh, and I missed the checkpoint. You know, I'm going to go back before that other corner, because it always annoys me when I feel like I'm doing well through a corner and then they just block. So I've just got to go wide and pass them like that. Just recognize that, okay, yeah, they're not doing that corner well. I just need to do it better. And yes, I'm going to be going wide, but I'm still going faster than they are. And now I've just got to hold it together and do well on the rest of the laps. We pretty much just need to take every corner on its own merits instead of staring at the minimap quite so often. They are at least indicated pretty well, like I've got big signs set up. It's catching up again though. If I'm not careful, he will get past me. It's the thing with the highly skilled AI level. And I assume that for these sorts of races, that just my normal level just carries over. Is that you can be a bit sloppy, but any big mistakes will still cost you. Whereas as you press up into the higher, like the expert levels, you can't make any mistakes after a while. Like the unbeatable ones that you have to face off against for the trial events, you basically just have to race clean. And if you don't race perfectly clean, you will not do very well, which is usually what happens for me. I sometimes do better than others, but a lot of the time it's luck-based. Whereas with this, I got away with quite a lot of bad lines and such there. Alright, so that's that event done. That wasn't a bad one. That was actually pretty good. It's not always like that. And now we've got the Clio Williams 93 Renault that we need for the weekly challenge, so we can pick that up next episode. So, what do I need for this one, I wonder? Do I need a Lancia? That would be funny. Okay. Looks like it's A-rated things this time around. Do I have any Forza editions? No, I do not. See, I have a Mercedes AMG, but that's not the same as Mercedes AMG. It's kind of annoying. Let's take our Alpha for a spin. If nothing else, it means that I've probably put some points into the car masteries. Maybe, so I might get some bonus skill points. Can't remember. This is a full race this time. FBMRGP8, what? I do not understand some people. I can't talk. I've barely put together any races, so I've created a few events. One of them even got a couple of likes recently, so that's nice. I don't know which ones, but I made one that was purely for hunting pinatas, because there is a accolade that involves doing that, and also breaking soccer goals, which there's only a certain number of sporadically around the world. So I put a bunch of them all together in a track in the stadium. Then I've also made a variety of the gauntlet race, I believe it was, the dirt racing gauntlet race, that I set in a thunderstorm. That will be being featured in a different video. And yesterday I threw together a coast-to-coast road racing track that goes from the east to west, because there didn't seem to be one. Like, there's the Colossus road race, which is its longest event, but it doesn't go across the motorway. It's weird. Kind of crisscrosses weirdly. And it felt that there should be a race that just blats across the motorway all the way to the western coast. Okay, we need to do better on these corners so we can chase this guy down. He's just taking out the pot plants for some reason. What did they do to you? I'm one to talk. Usually I'm the one doing that for fun. At least he's doing it in a racing situation. He didn't need to, though. That was also a terrible corner back then, so let's tighten this one up. That's better. And don't just hit him. In fact, we might just die on the inside here. Ah, we should have stayed the other side because we could have taken the inside of this corner. Never mind, we'll cut him off here instead. Excellent. And we'll actually remember to brake for this one, instead of just slamming into the wall. Once again, this is actually a really well done track. The bad ones tend to be the ones that are made on a VentLab island, instead of being based on an existing track. I think I've done this track but in reverse before, something very similar, and then I've just added some more walls and stuff. This is like the Plaza circuit, I feel, but in reverse, which is fine. But you can construct events entirely using either prefabs or just placing down bits and pieces. And okay, there's two boats in the middle of the city. I retract my statement. That's still just for effect. The race course itself was good. Some of the visuals off to the side, questionable, but that's fine. The Event Lab Island ones vary. And hey, we get a Stratos. Thanks. Better late than never, so maybe we can sell it. Okay, it's also not an event. Oh, look at that course though. Ew. What is going on here? It says the next chapter. I don't remember doing previous chapters, but never mind. Some people will make like a series of events, it seems. But they don't always get featured, so... Alright, S1 hypercars. Let's see what we've got here. Well, this one looks like it's tuned, so let's take that. What sort of field have we got? Please be only one. Yes, is it just me? Oh, I hope it's just me. No, there's someone else. Boo, it's a head-to-head. Damn it. I was hoping it would just be me. I much prefer time trial events. And there's no pressure. Okay, I need to brake a lot more. Turns out I thought this thing was going to corner a lot better than it does. I've probably ruined it and made it all-wheel drive or something. Sometimes it almost feels like you have to, because you're obliged sometimes to race these sorts of cars on roads and dirt scenarios, not just on roads. What even is this map? Like, I am impressed by the amount of effort that's gone in and like placing down the buildings and everything, but some of these surfaces, like the AI, yeah, I mentioned previously that sometimes the AI seems to get confused by the routing. Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen. Ooh, crap, that was on me. Did he do the same thing? Almost. Then we've got a hairpin bend up here. This... Yeah, I'm just going to do that because I don't care. This map is a bit of an exercise, I feel, in... Less can sometimes be more. More is not always better. Those are steps. Okay. And that is now turning into a jump just before a hard corner. What a stupid idea. I mean, it screws up the AI, so I'm glad for that at least. And then the minimap becomes an absolutely... Okay. The minimap is then a confusing tangle. The odd geometry on the walls means that you can just get stuck instead of bouncing off like you normally would. Yeah, what the hell are we doing here? We're crossing paths with the previous route and then just taking a different... Okay. Okay, it's only one lap. That's good. All I need to do is stay ahead of the AI. Can we do that? We'll rewind if we don't, put it that way. I will just ruthlessly rewind if I need to. Now we're going through fields. Now there's trees in the way, presumably because of this. This is the normal terrain. What? Do I need to rewind? Or yep, I need to rewind because that's a wall. This is where racing in third person can be better, because then I'll at least be able to see above the level of these things. Because I can't see where I'm going. I was willing to be okay with this map for the first half of it, and then it started crossing itself, and now it's going off-road. And now we're just going backwards to get to the start line again. Well, that was an experience. Put it that way. That was definitely an experience. It did well, and then kind of lost focus. But we get a super wheel spin. And we've now won the Mercedes AMG that we need for the next lot of things, for the PR stunts. Which we can probably just do right now. Right, Mercedes AMG. We now have one. Excellent. It's a 789, and we need to remain under 800, I believe, for the various things. Alright, so let's find these PR stunts now. So we need to do 200. Ah, this is the one that faces this direction. So we need to come at it from down here. And then just blast our way across. So can we get to, is it 209.2 or something bizarre like that? So we need to get to 210. We'll go third person for this. Just so we can see what we're doing a bit better. Okay, yeah, we're over 210. That's good. So we've just got to stick with that. There's other people around here doing the same challenge. So we just need to go straight across here. And there we go. That's all you have to do. Easy does it. Ooh, it's this speed trap. And that's off the dirt? How? Interesting. Well, we'll try going from here and just navigate the corners. Try and do it naturally. And see what happens. But I'm not optimistic. We might just have to do it kind of funky. We're going the wrong way, I think. Are we? No, we were going the right way. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We might have to do a little bit of off-roading here. Sometimes you just need to back up, get a big run-up, go across country, and just make it work. At the very least, we're getting up to the right speed along here, but obviously now we've got a corner. We've then got railroad. Okay. We could go wider and come back in, but I think I'm probably better off just doing this corner better. Not hitting the traffic. Useful thing is that after you rewind, the traffic keeps going where you put them, essentially. And now we've just got to go across here, which... No, see, we've slowed down a lot by going off-road there. I'm not sure how we're meant to take... Yeah, because we'll just skid. How are we meant to take this corner any better such that we can keep our speed up? That doesn't work. No, we can't do 220 going across here. Someone else just dropped down. I'm trying to do the same thing. Crunch. Okay, well, we've just screwed that up then. Anyway, that's not working. Bottom line is, that doesn't work. So, what's the angle like coming in from the other side? We need to come zooming down here instead. Just like that other person was doing, coming the other way. So we can try and do it on the road. Or we can come across country. Which I think is probably what I've done before for this one. Probably in like a bowler or something, not a Mercedes. Funnily enough. Can we get up enough speed? We are going downhill at least. Okay, this works. Oh, and we went wide. Just took out the camera instead. There we go, 219. Perfect. Seasonal objective complete. We're getting a lot of drift, which is good because we need to drift for the next one. Can we keep that together without turning traction control off and everything? We need 80,000 points at a drift zone, which is on tarmac. So we can probably do it without... But I'm probably just going to annoy myself by doing it without, so let's at least turn traction control off. And jump back into here, and... Can we drift at all? Kind of. We just need 80,000 points. We can't hit traffic at least. Probably need to turn off the stability control as well, actually, come to think of it for this one. Sometimes you don't have to turn off both, you can get away with just turning off the traction control.
You will arrive at your destination.
Because if you turn off the stability control, then the car just becomes too hard to control and you just spin out wildly. This thing is not even wanting to drift properly. We're just trying to eke it out, but we're not going to be able to get 20,000 points more. No, okay. That's fine. The other thing to do, of course, would be to change the gearbox, upgrade the engine, all of that sort of good stuff. We don't want to do all of that and waste more money on this car. So we're going to just do this. We're going to stick it in second. And now we don't have the stability control on. Now we just need to hold it. Okay, maybe third actually would work. Good. And we're glad that the drift... Okay, that was terrible. The drift zone requirements in 5 are a lot more forgiving than in 4. In 4, you have to be on the road at all times for any of it to count. There we go, 80,000, that's all I need. I'm just going to drive out the rest of it, because I don't want to risk spinning out and going off. There we go. Perfect. Objective complete. Hey, we even maxed out our multiplier. We get some extra stuff. Brilliant. Season is now looking a little bit more complete. We've still got a few more things to go, but we've done all of the PR challenges. All that we've got left is one more of the seasonal championships, and the weekly challenge, and the daily challenges, and the mini games, and the trial, and then the treasure hunt, which we will do after the trial, after we win the Abath. And then we've got the rivals that we did last season, now count towards every season from then on. So that's 4 free points that we got towards this. Excellent. Well, until next time, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you for more madness in the future.